Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are Arizona.
Sunshine and blue skies along the shores of McCovey Cove today. D-backs have made themselves right at home here at AT&T Park. 7-1 in this ballpark this year. And after last night's win, the Diamondbacks have not allowed the Giants to score a run in their home park in the last 21 innings. They'll try and keep that streak going today. A beautiful day for baseball in San Francisco. It's the D-backs and the Giants on Fox Sports Arizona. And good afternoon from AT&T Park. Welcome to the broadcast. Steve Berthew, Bob Brenly along the way. The D-backs and the Giants, second of a three-game weekend series here. Your pitching matchup, Mike Leake for the Giants and Patrick Corbin for the Diamondbacks. Bob, the road back from Tommy John surgery. More consistency lately for Patrick Corbin.
Yeah, his last four starts, he's pitched into the seventh inning, and you know, this time of year, a lot of guys are looking forward to that final game of the season. But I think Patrick Corbin wishes there were 6 more months left in the 2015 season, because he's really just now hitting his stride. Breaking ball's been much more consistent. His fastball command has been outstanding.
He's up against Mike Leake, the former ASU Sun Devil and Cincinnati Red. Diamondbacks did not have a difficult time with Leake when they faced him a couple of weeks ago at Chase Field.
Mike Leake is the kind of guy that will give up a lot of base hits. He's a guy that pitches to contact. He's not overpowering with any of his stuff, and if he misses his spot at all, this is a guy you can really light up, and the Diamondbacks did that against him at Chase Field.
6 runs all earned, 11 hits. He went 5 2/3, gave up a couple of home runs in that ball game. A.J. Pollock got him way out of there, and so we'll look for a repeat of that performance. Corbin and Leake, the Diamondbacks and the Giants, keep the wins rolling here for Chip Hale's ball club as we play game 2 on this 10-game road trip through San Francisco, LA, and San Diego. First pitch from AT&T Park is next. In San Francisco, we're at AT&T Park along McCovey Cove, where the Diamondbacks are 7-1 this season. They've won 5 straight here, and a win today would be a franchise record for consecutive wins in this ballpark. Diamondbacks up against former Sun Devil and Cincinnati Red. Mike Leake, he's your Arizona 4th starting pitcher for the Giants, making his 7th start with San Francisco after he was acquired from Cincinnati at the trade deadline. He's about to hit free agency, which is why the Reds made him available in the first place. 1 win in 6 starts with the Giants. He was 9-5 in Cincinnati to start the year.
Guy's a battler. You see his arsenal, two-seam fastball. He'll rely heavily upon that pitch. A cutter inside to the left-handed hitters, away from the righties. Throws a curve, a slider, mix in an occasional changeup. As I mentioned in the open of the show, he's not overpowering with any of his stuff. Has a lot of late movement. Has to keep the ball down to be effective.
Beautiful 82 degrees, not a cloud in the sky on a gorgeous Saturday by the bay. A.J. Pollock, that's on the ground and into left center field. A base hit for A.J., who's now hit safely in 8 straight. The lineup for Chip Hale's Diamondbacks this afternoon.
Good start. A.J. Pollock at the top of the order in center field with his base hit up the middle. Ender Inciarte will be out in right field once again. Paul Goldschmidt at first base. David Peralta red hot over his last 17 games. He'll be out in left field. Jared Saltalamacchia doing the catching today. Phil Goslin at second base. Jake Lamb at third. Chris Owings at short. And lefty Patrick Corbin on the mound.
Matt Duffy at third will come in on the grass. Ender Inciarte now. Buster Posey playing first base this afternoon, holding A.J. on the bag at first. And the first pitch is popped up. Shallow left center field. Juan Perez calling for it. Pagan has it. And that's the first out. Take a look at the Giants around Mike Leake.
Juan Perez in left field this afternoon. Angel Pagan once again out in center with Marlon Byrd once again over in right field. It'll be Matt Duffy and Brandon Crawford on the left side of the infield with Kelby Tomlinson and Buster Posey on the right side. Trevor Brown doing the catching today. And Mike Leake, the right-hander, on the mound.
Major league debut for Trevor Brown, who's back there behind the plate. Vic Carapazza is our plate umpire. Here's Goldie. Paul Goldschmidt, 5th in the league in hitting at .318. He is second in RBIs, third in OPS.
And judging from the first 3 hitters of the ball game, it looks like the Diamondbacks offensively are going to be very aggressive against Mike Leake this afternoon.
Well, they had a good time against him. Labor Day at Chase Field, as we talked about at the top of our show. Leake gave up 6 runs, 11 hits in 5 2/3. He walked 3. Gave up a couple of home runs in that game. Phil Goslin and A.J. Pollock got him.
Yeah, Mike Leake had to labor a little more than he liked on Labor Day.
Did there. You wait to the end of the year to break out the A-list stuff. Buckled Goldie that time. He's down 0-2.
Now, Leake has always been a guy that the reports are he's mature beyond his years, not only off the field but on the field. A guy that has a good feel for adding and subtracting a little bit to all of his pitches to make them look a little bit different. Try to keep the hitters off of that fastball. Try to keep it out of the middle of the plate. And he's a great athlete. Fields his position well, swings the bat well.
Goldie blasts it to center. It's in front of Pagan. Well, Goldie's batting average in the first inning this year is over .360. And the Diamondbacks have 2 on and 1 out for David Peralta.
Not very often that a hitter will handcuff a center fielder, but Goldie freezes Angel Pagan right in his tracks there with that sinking line drive to center.
Diamondbacks were in this exact same situation last night. And when single, fly ball, single, 2 on 1 out, could not get a run across. So let's see what they can do here this afternoon against Leake. It's Peralta. David 9th in the National League at .305. He's got 15 home runs. Peralta. Oh, sorry, Bob.
I was just going to say this is a combination. We've seen attempt double steals repeatedly this season with A.J. at second, Goldie at first. Yeah, the one thing that kind of factors in is David Peralta at the plate pushes Brandon Crawford up the middle of the field just a little bit more. Tough for A.J. to get a good jump out there at second.
And you've got a rookie catcher back there in Trevor Brown playing his first ever major league game. Just got called up this week. Runners hold, and that is on the ground and into right. Andy Green will wave A.J. Pollock. The throw from Bird is in at third, and Goldie's in there. 1-0 Diamondbacks. An RBI single for David Peralta. Base hits for 3 of the first 4 D-backs hitters against Mike Leake.
An elevated breaking ball up and out over the plate. David hooks it back through that right side of the field. An aggressive send that time by Andy Green. You love A.J. Pollock's speed, but Marlon Bird was really charging that ball hard in right field. Decided to throw to third base instead, and Goldie beat that throw.
So a run in, 1-0, still just 1 out. They're on the corners for Jared Saltalamacchia. Salty on the ground to second. Tomlinson, Crawford, and they get 2. That ends the inning, but the Diamondbacks get 1. The RBI for Peralta. They take a 1-0 lead. T&T Park, they quickly hand your Arizona Ford starting pitcher Patrick Corbin a 1-0 lead. Patrick, a win over these Giants last week at Chase Field. The road back from Tommy John continues. Here he is.
Feels like I'm getting stronger, getting close to normal. Elbow feels great. I only got about 3 starts left, so that's the only disappointing thing, because I'm starting to feel good, and just want to get as many games under my belt before next season.
Patrick, 13 starts, a 3.29 ERA. The consistency really starting to show as he comes back from the surgery. He has pitched at least 6 innings in each of his last 4 starts.
That's a great way to put it. The consistency, which is what we came to expect from Patrick Corbin last year, or 2 years ago rather, before the Tommy John surgery. He looks like he's very close to returning to full form.
He beat the Giants and Mike Leake last Monday at Chase Field. 6 scoreless, 6 hits without a walk. He had 5 strikeouts, and against the Giants was really burying that slider in the dirt, keeping it down nicely out of the strike zone. A very good swing and miss pitch for him against these guys. Angel Pagan will lead it off. The switch hitter from the right-hand side of the plate. And there's a strike 0-1. Pagan 264, 2 home runs. That is headed for the seats and out of play on just a perfect Saturday for day baseball. It's a nice treat, BB, getting 2 day games here this weekend.
I'm telling you, and having the weather that we have here, unseasonably warm for San Francisco, but absolutely perfect conditions. Unless you're an outfielder or infielder looking up into that afternoon sun.
Not a cloud in the sky. This is there, and it's a ball and 2 strikes.
I should point out the sun will affect the left side of the field early in the game. As we progress, it'll move its way across over, and eventually the right fielder, second baseman, and first baseman will have to deal with the sun.
Angel Pagan 0 for 2 last night. He walked and was hit by a pitch. That snapped a 6-game hit streak. Patrick was quickly ahead, but now the count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Shortstop Chris Owings plants and throws. Pagan running better now that those knees are healthy, and he beats it out. It's slowly to short. Would have been a tough play for CO. And Pagan's aboard.
Most leadoff hitters in the game, if you make an infielder move more than a couple of steps to his left or right, you've got a pretty good chance to beat it out. And as you said, Pagan much healthier at this point of the season, able to get down that line the way we're used to seeing him run.
Yeah, he missed most of last month with patella tendonitis in his right knee, but he is back and running as well as he has all year right now. Kelby Tomlinson, the second baseman. The rookie at 3:02. He's got a home run. 0 for 2 last night with a walk and a strikeout. Double play ball here. Lamb. Gosselin gets one, and they get it. Patrick Corbin rolls the double play ball.
Love that. And we talked about it a lot last night with Ruby De La Rosa. Keep the ball down, put it on the ground. Very thick infield grass here at AT&T. Let your infield defense work behind you. Nice double play that time.
Tomlinson with very good speed gets up that line well. That'd be a quick turn by Phil Gosselin getting the start at second base. So 2 down, nobody on for Matt Duffy. First pitch swinging in the air, right center field. A.J. Pollock won't have to climb the fence to get this one. The double play ball and the fly ball out. A quick inning for Patrick. He's got a 1-0 lead. Guy single as we start the second inning. Phil Gosselin, Jake Lamb, and Chris Owings 6, 7, 8 against Giants right-hander Mike Leake. Phil Gosselin the start at second base this afternoon. 278 and 2 homers. One of those home runs came off Mike Leake last week at Chase Field. And Phil's ahead 2-0. Ball 4. Well, the Diamondbacks 3 singles in the first against Leake. Now a 4-pitch walk to Goslin opens up the second. And here's Jake Lamb.
Hey fans, when the D-backs win, you win at Papa John's. The day after every Diamondbacks win, you get 50% off your regular menu price online order at Papa John's. Enter promo code DBACKS50 at papajohns.com. And once again, the conspiracy theories have started. We're on the road. Can't get my Papa John's. I can't get my tacos, and the D-backs are going to win every game on this road trip.
The irony is you're the one that's starting them. You're not wrong. Jake, 274, 6 home runs.
Hey, if that's what it takes for this team to win, I will gladly pay full price for my Zob.
There's no I in Timor and Brenly. But there is in pizza. 1-0 to Lamb. There's the strike. Jake is only at bat as a pinch hitter last night. Lined one over the head of Marlon Byrd in right center field. It looked like it was headed for Triple's alley, but Byrd was able to make a running grab and take away extra bases. One and two. Mike Leake got one double play ball back in the first to end the inning off the bat of Salty, looking for another one right here to open up the second. Short left, Juan Perez on the run. He can't get it. Goslin had to hold up, and he's in at second. So Alejandro De Aza have some issues out there in the left field corner this afternoon. It's Juan Perez, an excellent defender, but he got a late break on that one.
That kind of froze in his tracks. That ball was really sinking as it got out there to left field. Perez gets a glove on it, however, cannot make the play. That'll go as a base hit for Jake Lamb.
Fourth hit for the D-backs. 2 on, nobody out for Chris Owings. Matt Duffy toes on the grass at third. CO hits it in the hole. Andy Green is going to wave Goslin in. Here's the throw from Perez. It is well offline, and it's 2-0 Diamondbacks. RBI single for Chris Owings. That's already the 5th hit against Mike Leake.
Pitch down and in. You can see Trevor Brown had his glove on the ground getting ready to catch that pitch, and CO somehow got the barrel on it, rips it through that left side. Goslin scores easily as Perez's throw is not close to home plate.
Ismero Petit is running out to the Giant bullpen. He'll start to warm up down there as Patrick Corbin steps in. First and second, still no outs. Patrick gets the bunt down. Leake will go to third. They get the force on Lamb, and that's it.
Oh, we have a moment. Let's take a look at our Valley Honda keys to the ball game today. Drip, drip, drip.
What is that?
Well, if you've ever had problems with your plumbing, if you've had a leak, that's what it sounds like.
Are you hiring writers for this stuff?
No. We're hoping Mike Leake lets some of his pitches leak out over the middle of the plate. And so far, you'd have to say the Diamondbacks have been ready to take advantage of those mistakes. And for Patrick Corbin, hopefully a repeat performance. We mentioned his last outing against the Giants. He was outstanding. His last 4, he's been outstanding. Do it one more time.
Alongside Shecky Green, I'm Steve Berthune.
Shecky Green. Wow.
Nice pull, huh? Here's AJ, who singled and scored to lead off the ball game. Yeah, you got the comedy material going tonight. Very impressive.
I just think maybe you and I are the only people that know who Shecky Green
I'm sure that's the case. AJ blasts it out to Perez, and he runs it down. What a catch. Juan Perez makes the out. And everybody has to hold up. Boy, that gets by him. It's 1 and maybe 2 runs.
I'm not so sure if Perez caught that ball or the ball caught him. He took another really bad line after this one. Has to retreat straight back to the warning track. Just a leaping. Just threw his glove up in the air. Wasn't even looking at the ball, and it went into his glove. Almost in disbelief, he looks into his own glove after he makes the catch. He can't believe he caught that ball.
Nobody can. Guarantee his eyes were closed. So 2 down. 2 quick outs for Leake. Here's Ender Inciarte. Ender flying out to center his first time. Jumped on the first pitch he saw. Taking that time. 0-1. Ender 0 for 4 last night. It was the only left-hand bat in the starting lineup against Mad Bum. Center field, base hit. Here comes Chris Owings. The throw from Pagan is offline. 3-0 Diamondbacks. RBI single for Ender Inciarte. That's 6 hits already.
Well, he's not fooling anybody. That pitch is not horrible down over the middle of the plate, but Ender just rips it into center field. And another aggressive send by Andy Green. Apparently the report on the Giants outfielders is take liberties. We've seen a couple of throws to the plate that haven't even been close to the target.
Yeah, these balls, Bob, have all been hard hit, all fairly shallow. All plays on which they could have made a play as Dave Righetti goes to the mound. But Andy Green is windmilling everybody home down there at third. So RBIs for Peralta, Owings, and now Inciarte. It's 3-0. Still 2 on and 2 outs for Goldie.
Hey fans, anytime the D-backs score 5 runs or more, Taco Bell is giving away 3 free tacos with the purchase of a large drink between 4 and 6 the following day at participating locations. I'm assuming none of those are here in San Francisco.
We're going to get you a little violin.
Well, it's such a great deal, you know, and it just seems like the Diamondbacks do all their winning on the road recently.
Goldie singled in his first at bat. So he's off to a good start here in this series. He had a pair of hits and walks last night. Whatever happened to Shecky Green?
That's a real good question.
I'm not sure it is, actually. It just occurred to me.
I would honestly tell you that that's the first time that that name has even crossed my mind in probably 30 years.
And for good reason. On the ground to Duffy at third. They go the short way for the force on Ender, but the Diamondbacks tack on. They lead at 3-0. is brought to you in part by Cox Gigablast. How will you live the gig life? By Lone Butte Casino. You're in for more winning moments at Lone Butte Casino. And by Jack in the Box. For a limited time, try the new Portobello Mushroom Buttery Jack with melted garlic herb butter. Open up your Golden Gate. D-backs have opened up a 3-0 lead. Bottom 2 here at AT&T Park. What a beautiful day by the bay. Patrick Corbin now with a 3-0 lead. He'll work to Buster Posey, Marlon Byrd, and Juan Perez 4, 5, and 6 in the San Francisco second. Just a clear, sunny day here along the water. Steve Berthune, Bob Brentley, and Todd Walsh with you. As Posey, playing first base today, leads it off.
By the way, Fred Sheldon Greenfield, better known as Shecky Green.
What are the odds this would come up?
89 years old.
He's living in Chicago.
Yeah, how about that?
Your next visit to Gemma, maybe Gemma should meet Shecky.
That would be one of the great thrills of her early life, I'm sure.
Posey, 328, third in the National League. Leads the Giants with those 90 RBIs. I'm told that Shecky Green opened the MGM Grand in 1975, and he's played Carnegie Hall.
Yeah, it was a big deal. Well, he's got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. We could go check that out when we get to L.A.
Got a lot to do suddenly.
Sounds like a job for Lightning.
That's right. I bet Lightning has, some sort of program from a Shecky Green concert in his garage.
I wouldn't be surprised.
When he played the Rochester VFW back in 1978. 1-2. Buster really reached way out there to get a bat on that one. Oh, so close.
Yeah, that ball's a good 6-8 inches off the outside corner just to protect the plate swing that time by Buster Posey.
We saw him chase one like that against Ruby last night for a strikeout in the fourth. Oh, in on the fist.
Well, that was one of the better at bats I've seen Ruby have against a really good hitter. Started him out with a couple of sliders off the outside corner, came inside with a couple of fastballs in the mid-90s, and then finished him away with another slider off the plate, low and away. Every pitch right where he wanted it.
Popped him up. That's in the seats. Ruby last night, 5 2/3, gave up only one hit. Got a little messy from time to time. He walked 4, but this was the pitch that Posey chased last night in the fourth.
Yeah, it was just the sequence of pitches leading up to that one that really set Buster Posey up.
Two and two. Buster 1 for 3 last night, a single, a walk, and a strikeout. Is in the air, out to Ender and Ciarte. Fighting that sun. And that's the first out here in the second. More on Shecky Green. There he is. Boy, am I sorry I started this. He was a legend.
Yeah, he was a regular on the late night shows, and Johnny Carson. Opening the MGM Grand, as you mentioned, along with Dean Martin, who was the headliner. Shecky was playing the second stage.
Dino, Maestro, how long have I been on? Ed Sullivan, too. Right center field, A.J. Pollock. And as we predicted, Lightning Todd Walsh has some Shecky Green material. Todd.
Probably the most gifted comedian ever born. If you go to certain websites, you rattle through that. I don't think he's at the VFW, though, in my hometown, but good shot. He's probably going to do the circuit with maybe the Friars Club, maybe Veterans Memorial.
Get one of those jackets, one of those Friars jackets.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Where's Juan Perez? Oh boy. It's been a long season.
Does this turn into a Dom DeLuise conversation at some point?
I certainly hope not.
Okay, because I'll be waiting. Locked and loaded for you.
If Cannonball Run 3 comes up, you're our guy.
Thank you.
Which, of course, was way better than Cannonball Runs 1 or 2.
Which were shot in Tucson, Arizona, by the way.
Were they?
Yeah, a little bit of it, yeah.
Oh,
sure.
Nice pull.
Yeah.
It's all those guys that used to be on the roast with D. Martin. Juan Perez, 294, only 20 games for the Giants this year. This is just his 8th start. I'm told there was speaking of the Friars Club, there was a little bit of a kerfuffle, a word I rarely use, at the Friars Club, involving Shecky Green, Gilbert Gottfried. They were doing one of those roasts. They do those again now, you know. And he got a little profane. And Shecky walked out in protest.
Wow.
Right center field, a base hit for Perez. Second hit for the Giants against Patrick Corbin, a 2-out single. That'll bring up Brandon Crawford, 254 on the year. The homers and the RBIs are career highs. He leads the Giants with 19 homers, but he's not hit a home run since August 6th. Crawford 0 for 3, couple of strikeouts last night. It was his first game back after he missed 10 days with calf and oblique issues, and he is really fighting it right now. 3 for his last 39 at the plate. Giants keep losing guys. No Brandon Belt in the ball game. He had to come out of the ball game last night feeling woozy. Banged his head sliding into second base in a game against the Reds earlier this week. Did pass concussion test, but he was having trouble during the game last night. That one misses. It's a ball and a strike to Crawford. Left center. Perez can run. Pollock over to cut it off. Perez in at third. Back-to-back 2-out singles.
Pitch elevated about belt high down the middle of the plate. First solid contact we've seen from Crawford so far in this series. That clean single into center field, putting Giants at first and third.
For the major league debut of 23-year-old Trevor Brown, the Giants, without both Andrew Susac and Hector Sanchez, their two primary backup catchers, they're both injured. And so this is the first big league at bat for Trevor Brown, just up from AAA Sacramento. And there's a strike 0-1. They have Brown and Jackson Williams called up from the minors, so Buster Posey can play more first base. Trevor Brown's minor league season was over. He was staying at home with his parents in Valencia. Got the call at 1:30 in the morning Wednesday. He said, "Get up here. You're in the big leagues." He sprinted down the hall, woke up his parents 1:30 in the morning. "I'm going to the Giants." Here he is.
I'm sure before that he said, "Who is this?"
Tolbert, is that you?
Calling me at 1:30 in the morning.
Well, Trevor's dad is a police sergeant. His mom is a dispatcher, so they both get up at 4 a.m. anyway, so they didn't mind for that phone call.
No, not at all.
10th round pick by the Giants out of UCLA 3 years ago.
Not much power in the minor leagues. Really not much of an average until the last couple of years. He hit .319 at AAA Fresno last year, and as you saw, had a decent year this year.
Jake Lamb, and they get the force at second base on Crawford, and Corbin pitches out of trouble. Here's what's next, brought to you by CenturyLink. David Peralta drove the game's first run. He'll lead off the Diamondback third. Two of the biggest names in the UFC face off as coaches as interim featherweight champion Conor McGregor and Uriah Faber join the all-new season of The Ultimate Fighter. The mayhem continues Wednesday only on FS1. Third inning in San Francisco. Diamondbacks lead the Giants 3-0 on a beautiful sunny Saturday. Peralta, Saltalamacchia, Goslin 4, 5, and 6 against Mike Leake. It was David's RBI single in the first that opened up the Diamondbacks scoring. They got one in the first and two in the second. So David grounded out in his only at bat last night. That snapped his 13-game hitting streak, so he's already started a new one here today. On the ground to second. Tomlinson smothers it. Buster Posey spins around and can't find the bag. Peralta's aboard. David Peralta 2 for 2. That's the 7th hit for the Diamondbacks.
It's one of those plays I talk about all the time. Playing first base is not as easy as you might think. On a play like this where the rhythm is thrown off, Buster Posey initially went after that ball, then tried to retreat to the base, didn't know where he was. He wasn't even close to the bag that time.
Leadoff man on for Salty, who hit into a double play his first time. Boy, Jared Saltalamacchia. 4 homers and 7 RBIs in his last 5 games. Very gentle breeze blowing out to right center field here. Leake misses away, a ball and a strike. Salty, a switch hitter. 6 of his 9 homers this year from the left-hand side of the plate. Cody Hall is starting to throw for the Giants down in their bullpen. Petit had been up earlier. Mike Leake has not been sharp. This is up in the air, right center. Marlon Byrd. One away.
You might see Chip Hale push some buttons here with Phil Gosselin making his way to the plate. David Peralta on at first base. We heard Phil tell us earlier this season when he initially came over to the Diamondbacks that he's a guy that likes to bunt, likes to move the ball around, play hit and run, find the hole in the defense. This would appear to be a perfect opportunity to maybe play some hit and run.
Gosselin walked and scored his first time up. There's a strike. Mike Leake finally got his first win with the Giants in his previous start. That was Sunday here at AT&T Park against the Padres. Allowed 3 runs on 4 hits in 6 innings. This is in the air, out to Bird again, coming in. Two down for Lamb. Mike Leake has not been great since they got him from Cincinnati. His ERA with San Francisco in 6 starts since his trade is 4.34. And the Giants have won only 2 of his 6 starts. They trail this one 3-0. Jake Lamb singled his first time up. Leake starting to get ahead in counts. He's thrown first pitch strikes to every batter in this inning. 12 of 16 in the ball game so far. Oh, 0-2. The issue for Mike Leake has been run support or lack thereof. And the way the Diamondbacks have held the Giants offense very much in check in this ballpark, that figures to continue here today. D-backs have now kept the Giants scoreless in their last 23 innings here at AT&T Park. They have outscored the Giants 36-13 here this year. One ball, 2 strikes.
And we talked about it yesterday. This Giants team, 14 games over 500 here at AT&T Park. So for the Diamondbacks to come in here and dominate the Giants the way they have this year, it's one of those things that's tough to explain, but you certainly enjoy it.
Yeah, D-backs 7-1 in this ballpark this year. They've won 5 straight here. Chop foul. Jake Lamb opened up the month of September with a 6-game hit streak. But since that streak ended, he is 4 for his last 23 at the plate. Leake now with 40 pitches, 30 strikes. This is upstairs, 2-2. Base hit for Lamb. He rolls it into left. Peralta will stop at second. That's now 8 hits for the Diamondbacks, all singles. All continues to warm up. Two on and 2 out for Chris Owings. CO an RBI single. He scored a run back in the second. Another strike 1 for Mike Leake. everything Mike Leake throws moves. Features that sinker about half the time. Two-seam fastball. He's got the knuckle curve and the slider. Drops that breaking ball in there nicely. Very occasional changeup. He's ahead 0-2. Reaches out and rolls it right in front of Dave McKay. Diamondbacks very aggressive against Mike Leake here this afternoon. They've had only 2 at-bats now that have gone longer than 4 pitches. And those are the last 2, Jake Lamb and now Chris Owings. They are up there hacking.
Sometimes your best weapon as a pitcher can work against you. I mean, Mike Leake has the reputation of being a strike thrower. As you mentioned, everything is moving, but he's always around the plate, always around the strike zone. And if he doesn't have the movement that he needs, or his location is off by even a little bit, guys are going to put good swings on it.
That's been the case so far today. 8 hits for the D-backs. A ball and 2 strikes on Chris Owings. Fastball misses up and away. It's 2-2. Leake, when he gets in trouble, relies on that sinker. He's got a ground ball rate this year of just over 50%. And that ranks him top 20 in the major leagues. He's already got 1 double play turned behind him. That was Salty's ball to end the first. Center field for Pagan. Leake strands 2. Diamondbacks have a 3-0 lead.
I've never personally seen one better in person, so it's especially with me on the mound, it was made it a little bit better for me. But like you said, it was an unbelievable catch, and I had to be there for him to give him a high five there.
Todd Welch back here in San Francisco from our post-game coverage last night. Diamondbacks Live. Daniel Hudson, the first guy to high-five A.J. Pollock after that catch on Jared Parker that, as I said on the pregame show, I thought just sucked the life out of the Giants and the fans of the ballpark with a 2-run lead late. But I just love what Daniel Hudson went on to say, Steve and Bob, about just the confidence the pitching staff has, knowing they might be able to get away with a mistake because A.J. Pollock might just run it down or run and leap and crash into the wall and get it.
He said he could never remember ever doing that. Of course, he started out at Notre Dame as an infielder. But the funny thing about A.J. was, and what you really like, Bob, he was immediate and very quick to credit Dave McKay, who had A.J. shade a little bit toward left field last night based on the reports the Diamondbacks had that said Parker will hit the ball the other way into that left center field gap, and that's exactly where he put it last night. Mike Leach strikes out. First strikeout for Corbin.
The thing I was really impressed with that A.J. Pollock catch, I mean, first of all, he took a direct line to where he had to be, which we've seen him do so many times, but the way he used the warning track, he never looked down, he never looked back at the fence, he just trusted that he would tell the difference when he went from the grass onto the dirt. And once he hit the dirt, you could see him kind of stagger his steps a little bit, so he was ready to make that leap when he got to the wall. Just absolutely a perfect execution.
1-1 on Pagan, who singled to lead off the Giant ball game.
Yeah, watch the tail end of this. AJ's on a dead sprint right there, but as he gets to the warning track, crunch, 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 you feel that different surface under your feet, and you know how close you're getting to the wall.
This is out to left center field. Peralta and Pollock out there. It'll be AJ. Well, we were talking about the game's elite center fielders last night, and in terms of offense, AJ certainly on the list. Mike Trout, Andrew McCutchen, the only center fielders in baseball with a higher OPS than Pollock this year. But the catch last night illustrated the defense. And if you look at the defensive metrics, you've got Kevin Kiermaier in Tampa Bay and Lorenzo Cain in Kansas City. They're the only center fielders in the game with better defensive metrics than AJ, who was third in the majors in defensive runs saved among center fielders. Kelby Tomlinson. One and one. Tomlinson hit into a double play his first time up. This is bounced in the hole. Jake Lamb charges. Tomlinson, good speed. Goldie got the glove down there for the tag and the out. America's first baseman. He'll make sure the Giants don't want to challenge here. Let's take a look. Jake Lamb charges. Watch the Goldie glove. Right on top of the head. That's the inning. Diamondbacks have a 3-0 lead. has moved Bruce Bochy to make a pitching change. Yusmeiro Petit, who was rested, he's not pitched in 17 days. He last worked at Dodger Stadium August 31st. And Bochy said after the Giants lost last night's game, he doesn't think his team can lose another game, he said. They're still breathing in terms of the playoff race, but it's an uphill climb. They are 8.5 games behind the Dodgers in the NL West with only 15 to play, and so he has changed pitchers. Mike Leake is out, and here's Yusmeiro Petit.
You may ask yourself, why didn't he hit for Mike Leake leading off that bottom half of the third inning? Well, Mike Leake was probably the better option than the guys he had available off the bench. He's got all his right-handed bats in the lineup. Only a couple of youngsters available off the bench, neither of whom swing the bat very well, so he let Leake hit for himself and then takes him down.
Patrick Corbin leads off the Diamondback fourth.
I mentioned in last night's ball game, Mike Leake has been used as a pinch hitter. Madison Bumgarner had a pinch hit at bat against Aroldis Chapman recently. Fell behind 0-2, worked a walk.
Leake is a kind of home run on the resume. Corbin rolls one of Posey for the first out. Here's A.J. Pollock. He's singled and lined out to left. He's got one hit. He should have two. Juan Perez made a running catch in the gap to take away extra bases from Pollock back in the second. Just stuck his glove up there, and the ball went into the glove. Another laser out there. Boy, AJ's just on everything here today.
He really is.
2 for 3. Couple of singles last night. 2 more singles here today.
That high front leg kick, the little bit of a hitch with his hands, dropping the barrel of the bat down a little bit before getting it back up into the hitting position, but his timing is perfect. Everything happens in plenty of time that he can see that pitch and put a good swing on it.
With this group of outfielders, here's another one, Ender Inciarte. Ender had an RBI single his last time up, 1 for 2. Diamondbacks outfield group ranks first in the major leagues this year in batting average, hits, and doubles. That's why you see the outfielders usually make up 3 of the first 4, along with Goldie in the batting order. AJ bluffs and holds. Keep Trevor Brown, the rookie catcher, on his toes back there.
Over the last 2 years at the AAA level, Trevor Brown has thrown out 27% of the attempted base stealers, but I would expect the Diamondbacks to test him a little bit. You've got a 3-run lead in the ball game. Now's when you can keep your foot on the accelerator and maybe take a few more chances.
Trevor Brown is a converted second baseman. He's not played a whole lot of catcher, but they like him back there. Played mostly second base his first few seasons in the Giants minor league system. He's quickly developed a good reputation defensively. And Bruce Bochy says he's done a nice job. That's the high strike call there from Vic Carapazza. Missed away, 2 balls and 1 strike.
You know, partner, I'm not one to spread rumors, but there was a rumor flying around the ballpark the last couple days concerning the Giants and their pursuit of a free agent first baseman this offseason. A lot of people in town think Joey Votto is going to be wearing the orange and black next year.
Oh, slow roller. Look at Crawford. Go get it. What a play. Brandon Crawford. Boy, he can pick him down there. He's special. We'll see if they got him at first. Alan Campbell has got a case, and Chip Hale will challenge this call.
Crawford on a dead run to get to the bag, loses his footing a little bit, but somehow manages to lean out there and make the backhanded play.
Yeah, a pretty good case down there at first. Ron Culpa, the first base umpire. Oh, yeah.
I was teasing Alan Campbell on the team bus over here today. There were no calls last night, no reviews in the ball game last night. I said, what did you do? Did you sleep through the whole game? Did you watch the game? What'd you do? Usually Alan is very busy looking at replays.
Well, we'll be busy in New York looking at this one. It's another replay review brought to you by Mix One. And Alan has quickly proven himself to be one of the best in the business. There's no question about that. Diamondbacks very fortunate to have AC with us.
Yeah, we were talking about it the other day at home. I really do think that in the very near future that will be another category where Major League Baseball will have an award. It's such a big part of the game now. If you've got a good video coordinator who knows what to look for, when to push the button, when to let it pass, that's going to win you some ball games over the course of the season.
Tell you what, you mentioned the sense of urgency that Bruce Bochy made clear after the game last night. They can't afford to lose another game, and the Diamondbacks win the challenge. The out call is overturned. Inciarte is safe. He's got Jeremy Affeldt, the veteran left-hander, running out to his bullpen, and he is warming up quickly down there. You presume for Peralta, who's up next after Goldie. And Bruce Bochy is trying to get through the rest of this year without losing another game. They can't afford to. And he's really playing this like it's a playoff game. An updated look at the replay review standings brought to you by Mix One. So it's 2 on, 1 out for Goldie, who was 1 for 2, a single in the first. There's a strike, 0-1. Goldie already 3 hits in the series. He's a career .331 hitter in this ballpark. So Joey Votto to the Giants, you're reporting.
That was the big rumor. I guess the Giants were a little concerned about Brandon Belt's consistent history of injuries and inability to be in the lineup on a regular basis. And, you know, Joey Votto's personality is a little off kilter at times, and it seems like they welcome those kind of personalities here in San Francisco. I think it'd be a great fit myself.
Well, the Reds right now owe Joey Votto between $20 and $25 million a year every year for the next 8 seasons after this one.
That's a pretty big bite.
So you're going to take on a good portion of that money if you're the Giants. 0-2 on Goldie.
Of course, you've got a franchise here that's sold out this ballpark, what, almost 400 times in a row.
They've got money here. There's no question about that. But they're going to need to spend some of it on starting pitching, because this is an old and injured starting rotation. I mean, Leake is a free agent at the end of the year. He hasn't exactly set this place on fire since he's been here from Cincinnati. 1-2. He can't check. The strikeout for Petit, 2 down. And he's had Affeldt really warming up in a hurry down there. Let's see if Bochy goes to the left-hander with Peralta coming up.
Well, unlike the night games here at AT&T Park, it shouldn't be hard to get loose today. Very warm afternoon in San Francisco.
Peralta stepping in, nothing from Bruce Bochy. I mean, you win 3 World Series, and the franchise is going to be worth a little more. They've got a ton of money here. Every other year.
Yeah, even numbered years.
David 2 for 2 so far. He's got an RBI. D-backs have out-hit the Giants 10-3, but the lead is just 3-0. All singles so far.
Average age of pitching staffs. You see the Diamondbacks are the youngest in the majors. Giants, on the other hand, are the oldest.
Yeah, the Diamondbacks and the Tampa Bay Rays, according to Elias, the only teams in the majors this year to have gone the entire season with all of their starting pitchers under the age of 30. And if they finish that way, it'll be the first time in D-backs history they've done that. 1-2.
And there's more on the way for the Diamondbacks.
Surprised we don't see Aaron Blair in this rotation next year. Braden Shipley maybe as well. We know about Archie Bradley, of course. But along with that, developing and building a young starting rotation, you've got a tired bullpen. That comes part and parcel. D-backs, in fact, last night broke the club record. Most innings by relievers in a single season. They've worked just over 523 innings this year. Ball and 2 strikes on David Peralta. Pollock at second, Inciarte at first. And that's called strike 3. Petit paints the corner and gets the strikeout. D-backs strand 2. They lead it 3-0. D-backs fans excited to introduce the new Diet Pepsi. Same crisp and refreshing flavor you love, but now aspartame free. Pick up some today at your local retailer. Could use a nice cold Diet Pepsi on a warm day here in San Francisco. Matt Duffy will lead off the Giant fourth against Patrick Corbin. Duffy flying out to center his first time up. He was 1 for 4 with a single last night. And there is no rookie wall for Matt Duffy. He is hitting nearly .310 in the second half of the year. In fact, Duffy leads the National League in hits since the All-Star break.
How about that?
A rookie. And he's got 154 hits. And they make it 155. That's the most by a Giants rookie since Chili Davis in 1982. There you go. We just updated that for you.
Well, Matt Duffy has a very uncomplicated swing, very quick hands, gets the barrel on the ball, and anytime you do that, you've got a chance to rack up a lot of hits. Jim Rayhart, what a good dude. One of the best.
It's not a name you hear a lot, Jim Rayhart. Lester Posey now. Surprised it's not in Kuiper's new bat collection over there.
Yeah, that's nice.
He's got a bat rack over there with an unbelievable collection of bats in the Giants TV booth. The variety of names is what gets me. He said it looks like he did a little woodworking project over there.
Yeah, he went to a store apparently to buy the actual apparatus that holds the bats. He's got a Mike Krukow bat hanging over there. He's got one of mine hanging over there. Stevie Nikosha, a backup catcher for the Giants and the Pirates. He's got a Bobby Bonds bat that's about 36 inches long, 38 ounces.
Right center field. AJ has got it. Yeah, it looks like Bam Bam's thing from the Flintstones. Bobby Bonds bat.
Yeah, that's one aspect of the game that has really changed over the years. It used to be guys, yeah, you can kind of see it behind Mike Krukow there on the wall. Yeah, you wanted to use the heaviest bat you could possibly manage. The idea being a more force behind the baseball, more weight. If you could generate enough bat speed and get all that weight moving forward and hit the ball, it was going to go a little bit further. I'm not so sure that's true, but guys, nowadays the idea is bat speed. Use lighter bats, swing them faster.
Marlon Byrd. The funny thing was, when I went in there and took a look at that, Jack Clark's got a bat in there. Now, Jack Clark was a massive right-hand power hitter who hit the ball as hard as anyone ever has. But he's got like a toothpick in that thing.
Yeah, I believe the model number was M253, and his theory was it's a very thin bat. I mean, it's hard to tell the handle from the barrel. His theory was either you square it up and hit it hard or you miss it completely. He didn't want to have weak contact.
Oh, he did a lot of both.
Yep.
0-2 on Marlon Byrd.
And Joe Morgan was the first guy that told me that everybody, all hitters, should switch to the dark bats, either the dark brown or the black wood, because especially in night games, it's hard for the fielders to see the bat come through the strike zone. Now, once again, one of those very subtle nuances of the game, but hey, Joe Morgan tells you something. I ordered all brown bats.
Called strike three. Rings up Byrd. Second strikeout for Patrick. 2 down in the fourth.
Good location there. Just 93-mile-an-hour fastball challenging that inside part of the plate. Byrd wasn't quite ready for it.
Juan Perez singled his first time up. He had the second Giants hit. D-backs have out-hit San Francisco 10-4. They lead at 3-0. Bounce to third. Short hop for Jake Lamb. And Patrick Corbin rolling along through 4 with a 3-0 lead. by your Valley Honda dealers, where you'll get more standard features for less money. CenturyLink, your link to what's next. And by Mix One. Great taste, no face, available at local retailers. Did you ever drive down that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You have to.
It's amazing how many people just stand and watch the cars. I mean, it's dozens of people just standing there like they're waiting for a bus. Now they're just watching minivans sort of make their way down.
And it's not easy. I mean, some of those bigger SUVs have trouble making those corners. It's not a wide street.
Jared Saltalamacchia leads off the fifth against his Mero Petit.
Yeah, when you live in San Francisco and relatives or friends come out to visit, you do all the tourist stuff. You take them to the wharf, you take them out to whatever that penitentiary is called out there, Alcatraz. Take them down to the crooked street. You do, all that stuff. And then you go back to the suburbs and don't do it again until the neighbors come again.
Slowly hit to first. Petit covers one away. Salty 0 for 3. Or you could do this on a hot day.
Oh, man. How nice does that look?
It's a way to cool off.
Well, was that earlier this year or last year that Jody was out there in the kayak?
I was wondering about that. Yeah, it was this season. She almost floated out to sea. She got caught in the shipping lanes. She was out there with a volleyball named Wilson. The Ellis Burks fan club is out there today.
Hit it here, Barry. Apparently that person's been out there for a long time.
Just finally got the right current and came back. Phil Gosselin. Phil has walked and flied out. Now he's got a base hit. That's 11 hits for the Diamondbacks. All of them singles.
Speaking of Barry Bonds, he was out here at the ballpark yesterday, makes occasional appearances, not on a regular basis, but maybe once or twice, 3 times a homestand, come out and work with some of the guys. Brandon Belt's been a guy he's paid a lot of attention to this year. Marlon Byrd's been working with Barry Bonds.
Saw him standing behind the cage yesterday, watching batting practice. Jake Lamb 2 for 2. Well, Matt Cain has started throwing, and the Giant bullpen might just be getting some throwing in.
The way he ran down there, you get the feeling he's warming up to come into the ball game.
Yeah, I thought the same thing with Affeld, who was warming up as quickly as he possibly could, but then he didn't bring him in to face Peralta back in the 4th. Worked out. Petit struck out Peralta to win the inning. And that one is blasted to right center. Oh, Marlon Byrd did it to Jake Lamb again. That's the same play he made last night. Boy, Marlon Byrd is having a good series out there. At the age of 38, he can still go get him.
And we've talked about this before. The Giants outfielders, really all National League outfielders when they come in here, but especially the Giants outfielders, try to cover that triples alley. They'll play a lot more over to the gap in right center, figuring that if a ball's hit there, it's going to be 3 bases. If a ball's hit down the right field line, it's probably only 2 bases. So protect against that extra 90 feet.
Boy, Jake Lamb hits the ball like that every time. He'll be in the Hall of Fame. He's got nothing to show for it. This was the same play last night when Jay came up to pinch hit in the 9th. Almost the same spot. Chris Owings singled and scored in the 2nd. He's 1 for 2. It's a little tapper, slow roller. They're going to have to hurry. And Owings beats it out. Tomlinson came in, tried to make the bare hand play, but just hit too slowly to get CO. And the Diamondbacks at worst here will clear the pitcher spot.
I'm not sure if Petit got a piece of that or not. Slider off that outside corner and down. It looked like it got by the Giants pitcher. But nothing Tomlinson could really do right there. With Chris Owings' speed, he's going to leg that out for an infield hit every time.
12 hits, all singles. And here's Corbin, 2 on and 2 out. Trevor Brown keeps that one close.
Well, that's pretty nice form for a guy that was a second baseman. That's one of the hardest things to learn for a guy changing positions and going behind the plate. To block the ball and not come up with your hands like you would react to a ground ball.
You want to keep those hands still down there?
You want to block that 5-hole and keep the glove down there. And the natural instinct usually for an infielder is when they see that ball hit the dirt, they want to come up with it, just like an infielder would on a ground ball. But as a catcher, you want to block that 5-hole. The idea is not to catch the ball, it's just to keep it from getting behind you.
This one rolls into right, a base hit. They will wave Gosselin. Here's the throw from Bird. It's into third. Owings is in there. Corbin is out at second. But the run crosses. So it's an RBI for Patrick and a 4-0 Diamondback lead. 9-5-6 on the putout. The home half of the fifth here in San Francisco. Fans, now's the time. Tweet us your strongest fan photo using the hashtag AZDataStrongFan, and you might see your photo at a Diamondback TV broadcast brought to you by T-Mobile. Patrick Corbin is having an outstanding day here so far. Got a 4-0 lead as we start the bottom of the fifth, and he's got an RBI single now.
And then lost his mind. Well, I mean, that's good base running. If you see the throw over the cutoff man, good base runners try to take that extra 90 feet. I'm sure Chip Hale probably would have preferred that his starting pitcher just stayed at first base, but you got to respect the aggressiveness.
Yeah, they had Owings in there at third. Had Patrick just stayed put at first, they would have had first and third with Pollock coming up. He's having a sensational series, but they get the 1 run, so 4-0 as Brandon Crawford leads off the Giants' 5th. Patrick has been tremendously efficient. 49 pitches, 36 strikes. A 9-pitch first, a 9-pitch third, and 11-pitch fourth. Pitched around some trouble in the second inning, a pair of 2-out singles, one of them by Crawford his first time up. 1-1. And a bunt for a base hit right back to the mound. 4 in a row set down by Corbin.
Hey, while we have a moment here, let's take a look at our cold hard facts brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Light. Boy, the Diamondbacks pitching staff here in San Francisco, the second lowest ERA all time. Only the 1985 Cubs had a lower team earned run average, and if the Diamondbacks keep putting up zeros on the board today and tomorrow, they might even sneak into first place on that list.
They have kept the Giants scoreless in their last 25 innings in this ballpark. And they have outscored San Francisco 37-13 at AT&T Park this year. Trevor Brown's second major league at bat. A 1 hopper to Gosselin. 2 down. Well, here's the pitcher's spot. And ARI Adrianza is going to hit for Yasmero Petit. Matt Cain continues warming up in the Giant bullpen, so it looks like we'll see Cain in the Diamondbacks' 6th. ARI Adrianza, just 180 this year. He's had only 7 extra base hits all season. Smashes one fair down the left field line. A base hit. It's in the corner. ARI Adrianza. A 2-out double.
Quick bat that time by Adrianza to get on that pitch, pull it fair down into that left field corner. Really the first really hard hit ball we've seen against Patrick Corbin today.
And the first extra base hit of the ball game for either side. Brings up Angel Pagan. Pagan has singled and flied out 1 for 2. The switch hitter batting nearly .330 from the right-hand side this year. There's a strike.
He's been able to drop that first pitch slider in there for strike 1 a lot against this Giants heavy right-handed lineup.
Patrick Corbin looking more and more like the Patrick Corbin from 2 seasons ago when he was an all-star and went from 5th starter in spring training to rotation ace in about 3 months. The trademark slider's been there for him. The fastball command is much improved last 4 starts. In fact, over his previous 5 starts, Patrick has walked only 2 batters while striking out 22. He's punched out 2 today, has not issued a base on balls. It's getting away from him a bit here. He's behind 3-1.
Good meeting here by Jared Saltalamacchia. I mean, it's very obvious that Patrick Corbin's just been dialed in today. But gave up solid contact to Adrianza on that double down into the left field corner. Even Trevor Brown's out was a hard hit ball right at second base. And then kind of missing the zone here a few times to Angel Pagan. So a quick meeting on the mound and right back to work.
Just Corbin's second 3-ball count all afternoon, both times to Angel Pagan. He's at 60 pitches, 41 strikes. Gets by Corbin. Gosselin behind the bag. And Patrick strands the 2-out double through 5. Diamondbacks lead the Giants 4-0.
Dugout. Let's flash back to last night. Fascinating moment in the game. Madison Bumgarner, who was ordered to intentionally walk Paul Goldschmidt after a long look inside the San Francisco Giants dugout. And then if you're reading lips, you'll see what he's about to say to Paul Goldschmidt. He certainly made that point clear on his way to first base. And while he was at first base, it wasn't my decision. Didn't want to do that. Paul Goldschmidt very humbly with a smile. Now guys, under full disclosure, I tried to play that video which went viral today and into last night for Paul on an interview that's up on the website at foxsportsarizona.com. But as he told me, I don't want to look at the video. However, we did have an interesting conversation of just about the mutual respect for two of the best players in the game going head to head, toe to toe in a moment like that. And the ace wanted to go after the star. You love that, don't you, Bob?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's the way it should be. If you're a competitor and you're one of the best in the game, you want to measure yourself against the other guys that are the best in the game. And Madison Bumgarner, he doesn't like to walk anybody intentionally.
A new pitcher for the Giants. This is headline news. If you're a Giant fan, it's Matt Cain. His first relief appearance since 2006. He was reinstated off the DL September 10th. He had been out with right elbow nerve issues. He's only made 10 appearances all year, and his last time out there on the mound to start August 25th against the Cubs. Bruce Bochy needs every win, and he's managing this game and the rest of them, I imagine, like they're all postseason games. Mike Leake got the quick hook. He went to Petit, and now Matt Cain. Here you go. The Giants have got to have every single ball game. They're 8.5 back with 15 to play.
It takes some kind of a miracle, but as long as you mathematically have a chance, nobody can fault Bruce Bochy for using the entire roster in any way he sees fit to try to win a ball game. And certainly he's been involved in enough pennant races to know that that's the case. As long as there's not an X next to your team's name in the standings that morning, you've got a chance.
Their rotation, well, their entire team has been decimated by injuries this year, but the age and the injury issues in the starting rotation are really becoming a problem. They're going to have to address it in the offseason, one would think. I mean, Kane, who was just the absolute personification of durability for so long. He missed about 80 games earlier this year with a right forearm issue. Just came off the DL with a right elbow problem. It's not breaking down, but certainly he's not been the workhorse that we're used to seeing Matt Kane. Lincecum's got a hip. Vogelsong, his career appears just about at the end. Tim Hudson will retire. He's 40 now, so they're going to find some pitching here.
Speaking of Tim Hudson, tomorrow's starter for the Giants. The Giants play across the bay against Oakland next weekend. And if the Giants stay on their current rotation, Tim Hudson would be scheduled to pitch in that series, and the A's have called up Barry Zito. Yeah. So there's a groundswell here in the Bay Area to match those two guys up against each other if it works.
I think Mark Mulder is going to make a trip in for that series as well, and they're going to get the big three, as it were, back together for Moneyball 2 coming to a theater near you. In fact, Mulder's going to throw out the first pitch in that ball game. There's a walk to A.J. Pollock. A rough start here for Kane. Here's Ender Inciarte.
Well, that's one way to keep A.J. from hitting a bullet somewhere. Just don't throw anything in the strike zone.
Ender's 2 for 3, a pair of singles. He's got an RBI. And they're really going to have to rebuild this pitching staff here. There goes AJ. Inciarte fouls it off.
That's unfortunate. Once again, with a left-handed hitter at the plate, you're not sure that A.J. Pollock got the great jump that he got over there at first base. So Ender's just trying to put the ball in play, maybe shoot it to the left side. Brandon Crawford evacuated his position to cover the bag. There was a huge hole on that left side, and unfortunately Ender just fouls it out of play.
Pollock takes off again. The throw from Trevor Brown is into center field, and AJ's in at third. 36th stolen base for A.J. Pollock, and E2 the error on Brown on the throw in his first big league game.
Yeah, Brown got rid of it pretty quickly, but that long hop into second base just wasn't handled by Brandon Crawford down there. A.J. Pollock ends up at third base.
Giants infield will come in now. A 1-1 count on Ender Inciarte. Big cut at that one, 1-2.
He's a hitting coach. That pitch might have been out of the strike zone, or at least at the top of the strike zone, but you don't mind a hitter taking a swing at a pitch like that with a runner at third base and less than 2 outs. Chances are that ball's going to be hit in the air to the outfield somewhere, and that's all you need to get A.J. Pollock home right now.
Tell that to Joey Votto. Joey doesn't go for that.
No.
Boy, AJ. 2 singles, a walk, a stolen base. He scored a run. That one rolls away from Brown. Pollock will stay put at third.
Those are the kind of balls that get away from the catcher, and the fans get all excited. But the reality is, if you check the angle, A.J. Pollock looking right down that third baseline, he probably didn't see where the ball was initially. You got the batter, you got the catcher, you got the umpire, and the ball kind of rolled right behind the three of them. I'm not so sure A.J. saw where it was. Wasn't that far away from home plate anyway.
Good day to be out on the water.
We had a team party on one of those boats out in the bay one year. Mike Krukow and I hosted a team party, and
I'm afraid to ask.
Everybody got all dressed up. The wives got all dressed up. We had a band on the boat singing and dancing and eating and drinking, and Krukow and I dressed up like Captain Stubing.
Oh, please tell me there's a picture. On the ground and into right, a base hit for Ender, his third hit today. AJ scores, and it's 5-0. Inciarte 3 for 4, a pair of RBIs, and the conspiracy lives on.
It does. I'm telling you, I'm glad it does. But once again, on the road, fans enjoy 3 crunchy beef tacos tomorrow between 4 and 6 at participating locations with the purchase of a large drink.
You may be onto something. Oh, how about this? Anybody get married on your cruise?
No.
Divorced?
No.
All right, good.
A wonderful time was had by all. Sure. Nobody fell off the boat.
It's always a key. Strike one to Goldie.
As badly as a couple of my teammates wanted to bring their fishing rods, I said it probably wouldn't be a good idea. You know, let's just leave those at home tonight.
So take the wife and leave the fishing pole. Matt Cain, a walk, a single, a run has scored so far, but he's ahead of Goldie 0-2. By the way, I'm told our somewhat reliable staff may have found some video from that very cruise.
No.
No, well, we're not sure. We're trying to authenticate it. We're going to need your help with this. So stand by for that.
I'm fearful for where this is going.
Well, you should be. You want to take a look?
Sure.
All right. Let's see if the guys in the truck. Is this from the?
No.
Well, that looks like maybe a Christmas party.
That's actually Matt Williams' wedding back in the day.
What are you doing?
Very late in Matt Williams' wedding.
Ender Inciarte takes off, and he's in there.
Oh, yeah, we need one more look.
Yeah. We had to spot shadow you just in case we couldn't pick out.
Dancing with Barbara Bush.
Are your eyes closed? Apparently.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
rapture.
Wow.
Well, we've all done things at weddings that you hope never show up again. Unfortunately, that didn't happen.
Including some weddings.
Yeah.
2-2 on Goldie. I'll mention Matt Cain has not pitched since August 25th, and he's clearly a little rusty. 3-2 to Goldie. Ball 4. A walk, a single, and a walk so far for the Diamondbacks against Matt Cain. Dave Righetti.
Well, once again, Paul Goldschmidt goes from 0-2 to ball 4. Just remarkable. While Dave Righetti makes a trip to the mound, let's take a look at our Geico this day in Major League Baseball history. How about this? September 19th, 1929, Joe Sewell sets a Major League record by playing his 115th straight game without striking out.
Can you imagine that happening today?
Oh, man. Over the course of the season, 578 at bats for Joe Sewell. He struck out 4 times.
1929. Cody Hall, who was warming up earlier for the Giants, to start throwing again in their bullpen down the left field line. David Peralta 2 for 3, a pair of singles. He's got Inciarte at second, Goldie at first, nobody out. And here's a roller. Right side, Posey backhands it. They get the force on Goldie, and that's it. Inciarte at third, and Peralta's aboard.
Time for Salty to get in on the fun here. Everybody else in the Diamondbacks lineup, including the pitcher Patrick Corbin, has at least one hit in the ball game. Jared, the only guy held over up to this point,
which is even more remarkable considering he's got 4 homers in his last 5 games. They're on the corners with 1 out. Ball 1. Salty's had a big month at the plate. He's hitting .360 in September. 5 home runs and 9 RBIs. Blasts it foul. Oh, just missed Ron Culpa down there, the first base umpire. That was a rocket.
A nice job by Ron Culpa, not only to get out of the way, but turn his head and see where that ball hit after it passed first base.
Peralta takes off, pitches up, and that's a stolen base for David. His 7th of the year.
Short trip for the freight train that time, only 90 feet, but got himself a nice jump. He easily stole the base without a throw.
2-2 on Salty. Infield in for the Giants. Got him. 2 down. Phil Gosselin now. Phil has scored twice today. He's got a walk and a single, 1 for 2. One and two.
That used to be Matt Cain's signature pitch, that hard slider that sometimes would start right down the middle of the plate and end up low and away out of the zone.
That's Gosselin to chase that one in the dirt. Trevor Brown completes the strikeout. And the Diamondbacks strand 2, but they keep adding to their lead. It's now 5-0. action of your Arizona Diamondbacks is with MLB.com at bat. It's the #1 app for live baseball. You'll enjoy live look-ins, highlights, replay reviews, scores, StatCast, live radio broadcasts, and more. You can get the MLB.com at bat app right now. It's like Pat O'Connell's family out there, his brother and his wife, kayaking. Some D-backs fans out there in McCovey Cove, and Pat O'Connell does such a great job on our Diamondbacks information staff. He's working, so he can't join him. Kelby Tomlinson leads off the 6th. Now how about this? Patrick Corbin, 6th inning, 63 pitches, 43 strikes.
Nice.
This is out to right field. Ender Inciarte. One away. Boy, this is what you're looking for. Worked around some trouble in that second when Perez and Crawford had 2-out singles. He got Brown to ground out in his first major league at bat, and ever since then Patrick has been very, very good. Here's Matt Duffy. Patrick has pitched at least 6 innings in each of his last 4 starts and should be able to go well north of that here today. That consistency is really coming back for him. This is well hit out to right. Ender back it up. Just shy of the warning track, and he's got it. Patrick has never pitched especially well in this ballpark. He is 0-2 in 4 career starts at AT&T Park, and his ERA here is 5.79. But he's been outstanding here today. Last time he pitched here, September of 2013. Buster Posey now. First pitch swinging is bounced to third. How about Patrick Corbin? Nice. Mowing him down. 6 scoreless innings of 5-hit baseball. He's got a 5-0 lead. On Fox Sports Arizona is brought to you in part by Papa Murphy's. Love at 425 degrees. And by Phoenix International Raceway. Join PIR on November 15th for NASCAR. Visit us at phoenixraceway.com and get your tickets now. Oh, what a day along McCovey Cove. Just absolutely gorgeous here. And the scoreboard's looking pretty good as well. Diamondbacks lead the Giants 5-0 as we start the 7th at AT&T Park. And the new pitcher for San Francisco is the right-hander, the rookie Cody Hall, just his 3rd major league appearance.
We hear the word projectable a lot when you talk about young players in high school and college and why they're taken in the draft. He's projectable. They like what they see, even though maybe the numbers aren't there. And I think that probably is the case for Cody Hall. Finished his career at Southern University. He was 6-4 with a 4.02 ERA. Not exactly sparkling numbers, but there was something about this right-hander that first the Tigers, who drafted him in 2010, he did not sign, and the Giants drafted him in the 19th round in 2011.
It's a 27-year-old rookie. Jake Lamb leads it off. Jake 2 for 3, a pair of singles. Diamondbacks have out-hit the Giants 14-5. All 14 hits, singles. Roll to second, Kelby Tomlinson. Cody Hall recalled from AAA Sacramento on September 1st. This was his first season at AAA. Had a 3.46 ERA and 43 relief appearances.
In tough duty, he made his big league debut. Where else? Coors Field in Colorado.
Go get him.
Inning and 2/3, gave up 5 hits and a couple of earned runs, including a homer.
Boy, talk about traumatized. Trying to do to the kid. Big cut from CO, down 0-2. First has a pair of singles, an RBI, and a run scored. He's 2 for 3. Popped it up near the second base bag. Tomlinson up into that sun. Can't find it. It drops behind him. And look at Chris Owens. By the time the ball landed, CO was standing at second base. Wasn't sure if it was going to be Crawford or Tomlinson. Crawford couldn't seem to find it. Tomlinson had it, then lost it. Up into that bright blue sky.
I don't think Crawford ever really had a good beat on that ball at all. He was more than willing to give way that time to the second baseman, and Tomlinson looked like he was calling for it, just didn't get to the spot.
E4 is the score. Yeah, that's what you're looking up into. Patrick Corbin, an RBI single his last time up. That's the second error for the Giants today. Really like the way Chris Owens ran out that ball. Just what you're looking for. They've played like that since the first day of spring training. Chip Hale and his staff, Bob, deserve a ton of credit for this right here.
And really, there's no excuse not to do this. You know, you don't have to go 1,000%, but run hard so you can be at second base in case something crazy does happen.
You know, Tony La Russa loves that. A ball and a strike. The wind has picked up just a bit here. It's now blowing out pretty steadily to right center field, out toward the water.
And you know, the thing is, that kind of hustle over the course of 162 games will win you some ball games. Getting yourself into scoring position with one out in the inning on a pop up to second base. You know, and we love it. It looks great, and we compliment the guys for doing it. But the reality is that should be everybody. But we all know that's not the case.
Corbin strikes out. Well, guys pop up like that. They get frustrated. They might break the bat and kind of half-heartedly run to first base, something like that.
And there have been times when guys have been nursing minor injuries, and you don't want them to overextend themselves on what appears to be an easy out. And I certainly do get that. But, you know, if you're healthy and your legs are good and you hit a ball in the air, take out your frustration by running as hard as you can down to first base and give yourself a chance to advance to second if the ball drops.
A.J. Pollock having a tremendous series. A couple of hits last night. 2 singles and a walk today. He has scored twice. He's got a stolen base. And now riding an 8-game hitting streak. He's at .318 on the year. That'll put him top 5 in the National League. Two and 0.
Love to see A.J. hit one in that triples alley out there in right center field to see if he can make it more of a home run alley.
Might as well take a shot. 3-0 pitch. Looking at Kelby Tomlinson, who lost that pop-up in the sun. He, of course, plays with eyeglasses on. And Crawford's got the shades, but Tomlinson, with the glasses, can't have any sunglasses. Or I guess you could get prescriptions, but got to get him some flips.
Yeah, somehow.
Three-one pitch. Full count, 3-2, 2 outs. Owings at second. Ball 4. That'll bring up Ender Inciarte, who's got base hits in his last 3 at bats. Hey fans, as promised earlier in the ball game, here's our T-Mobile Data Strong fan photo, and the winner today is Jesse. Goldie fan. Well, who isn't? Yeah. It's brought to you by T-Mobile. So that's 2 singles and 2 bases on balls for Pollock. Inciarte 3 for 4. 2 singles, 2 RBIs, and a stolen base.
And A.J. made 1 out in the ball game so far, and it was a screaming line drive that Juan Perez had to make a circus catch on out there in left field.
One of those Bugs Bunny ones where the ball is actually screaming. Took away extra bases and a couple of RBIs from Pollock. Ender down 0-2. Better believe the outfielders have the sunglasses on today.
You can tell by the shadows that left side of the field right now is just getting crushed.
Ender chases one up and strikes out. Hall strands 2. We stretch in San Francisco. It's 5-0 D-backs.
felt better in games where it hasn't been there, but it's just encouraging that I can come back out here and compete. I think the hardest thing now is knowing I'm on a pitch limit and trying to fight through that, and it's understandable, but it's tough when you want to go out there and compete, especially the days you're feeling good, but we're looking for the future and for next season.
Steve, here we go. Patrick Corbin on the mound, and as Chip Hale said to us before the game, they really hope that that pitch count would dictate that he goes out for this inning. And here he is this late after that last start where he felt like he was stronger later in the game, maybe his best feeling in a late game situation of his return since the Tommy John surgery.
Well, the limit has been 90 pitches, give or take. He doesn't usually get there. He usually comes up just a little bit short based on having to hit for the pitcher and whatnot, but he's at 70 right now, 48 for strikes, as Marlon Byrd leads off the Giants' 7th. Patrick has completed 7 full innings once this year. That was July 24th at Chase Field against the Brewers when he had 10 strikeouts, and he punches out Byrd to open up the 7th. That's 5 in a row set down by Corbin. Patrick went 6 2/3, which was probably the best we've seen him this year. That was at Atlanta August 15th when he just dominated the Braves, had 8 strikeouts, gave up only 3 hits. He's going deep here today. Strike 1 to Juan Perez, who's 1 for 2. Corbin so far 6 scoreless. He's given up only 5 hits, has not walked a batter. He's got 3 strikeouts and has been ruthlessly efficient here today. Patrick coming off a 7-pitch 6th. Had a 9-pitch first, a 9-pitch third, 11 pitches in the 4th, 12 in the 5th, and 7 the last inning. That's fine. And just like that, the head of Perez, 1 2. So Patrick at least 6 innings in each of his previous 4 starts, and he's into the 7th here today. The comeback from Tommy John continues, and he has looked better and better. He strikes out Perez. Back-to-back strikeouts for Corbin to open up the 7th. Quickly 2 down.
Don't need no stinking pitch count. Just give me the ball and get out of the way. Patrick Corbin, I mean, he looks a lot like he looked 2 years ago when he was at his best.
We've heard Mike Harkey tell us this, and we just heard it from Patrick. In fact, everything he does this year is built looking forward to 2016. It's all about the comeback for Patrick, getting him to the point where he can have a full season and put all the recovery stuff and all the rehab, all of that behind him. And he is certainly on course. Ahead of Brandon Crawford, 0-1. Giants, in fact, have only 2 base hits since the 2nd inning. That was Duffy's single to lead off the 4th, and Adrianza's pinch hit 2-out double in the 5th. And since the Adrianza hit, Corbin has retired 6 in a row.
I said it before, there's only been a few hard hit balls in this game. The Adrianza double, obviously down the left field corner, was struck well. Matt Duffy hit a ball hard to right field that Ender Inciarte ran down. A lot of weak contact right at defenders today, which is what you love to see.
Vic Carapazza said he didn't need the help, telling Bruce Bochy, I didn't need the help on that. When he went, it's 2-2. In fact, Patrick has silenced this giant crowd so much you can hear the plate umpire way up here in our booth. And he strikes out the side in order. He blows Crawford away. 5 strikeouts for Corbin. He set down 7 straight, 7 scoreless for Patrick, and the Diamondbacks lead at 5-0. continues to be your home for postseason action with the American League Division and Championship Series. Don't miss a moment of the drama and the history. It all begins October 8th on FS1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. What a ball game. Patrick Corbin is pitching here today. It might be it for Patrick. He's retired the last 7 he's faced. He's got 5 strikeouts. The pitch count is well under control, but David Hernandez has started throwing in the Diamondback bullpen as Goldie leads off the 8th. Boy, you know, Patrick, they're going to have to chain him to the bat rack or something. He's going to want to go back out there the way he's pitched today. What a start. This is what you're looking for. The Patrick Corbin of 2013. No question. Goldie has singled and walked. He's 1 for 3.
You know, and in the big picture, the grand scheme of things, you want to get Patrick out of there on a positive note. It doesn't get much better than striking out the side. You know, you could possibly send him back out there for another inning, and then, you know, maybe he walks a guy, maybe he gives up a couple of base hits, and then he walks away from this one not feeling nearly as good about it.
Goldie grounds out to Tomlinson to open up the game. Big crowd here today. That's certainly nothing new at AT&T Park. 41,206, 41,206 the announced attendance, and that makes it 400 consecutive regular season sellouts at AT&T Park. 400 straight.
Yeah, a lot like Candlestick.
Yeah, sure. I was just thinking that. Well, if you look up in the far top corner in left field, you'll see some empty seats, but that's about it. And what a day to be here. Just spectacular. Sunny Saturday in San Francisco. David Peralta, 2 hits and RBI. They never had 41,000. Well, they must have had 41,000 in Candlestick at some point.
It was a big old ballpark. I think it held close to 60,000 people when it was full for the postseason. Regular season, maybe not quite that.
That's 65.5. Although an April game Wednesday night against the Expos, they probably had 65,000 for that, right?
Maybe 6,000, 6,500, maybe. Maybe.
With Crazy Crab down there. 2 balls and 1 strike. They were showing some of your highlights on the big board out there before the ball game. You did a little interview.
Yeah, you know, it's always good to come back. A lot of friends still with this organization. Certainly they've moved up in class as far as the ballpark goes, and they've had a lot of success here recently, every even numbered year, but always good to see old friends. I can't help but think back to the '85 season. I talked about this last night when we lost 100 games, and one of the gimmicks that year was real sunshine, real baseball. They tried to play more day games because it was so miserable at Candlestick at night. They said, well, wait a minute. Maybe if we schedule more day games, the fans will come out because the weather is better in the daytime. Well,
makes sense.
It was real sunshine, but I don't know if it was real baseball that year. We couldn't get anybody to come out and watch that mess.
Peralta lifts that into center. Pagano will have to play it on a hop. And David Peralta has his 3rd hit. Let's go take a look at our State Farm report of the ball game. Socrates Brito up with a big league club right now. And Socrates had a great year at AA Mobile, playing for Robbie Hammock down there in the Southern League. And he's looked good here at the big league level too in a cup of coffee in September. Well, here's the only guy in the Diamondback lineup, including Patrick Corbin, who does not have a base hit. It's Jared Saltalamacchia. 0 for 4. So we got to get Salty off the snag.
Yeah, that '85 season, the real grass, real sunshine, real baseball. The grounds crew actually wore like flowered Tommy Bahama shirts and straw hats to make you feel like you were on a beach somewhere, I guess. I don't know.
Well, they have that concrete grass.
Ew.
Salty shoots it out toward the left center field gap. That gets down and rolls to the wall. Here comes the freight train. He is pulling into the station. It's an RBI double for Saltalamacchia and a 6-0 Diamondback lead. And Peralta limping a bit into the dugout.
Yeah, he kind of broke it down about halfway between third and home when he saw he was going to easily beat the throw to the plate, and then kind of limped across home.
Take a look.
Yeah, he looked back like he stepped in a divot or something, maybe lost his stride just a little bit. Hopefully nothing serious.
And the Diamondbacks now have 16 base hits. That was the first hit today that was not a single. And boy, Salty has just had a tremendous month. This September he's got 3 doubles, 5 homers, and 10 RBIs. Bruce Bochy, the slow walk to the mound, probably realizing that the season is all but lost here. He's going to make a move and go to the bullpen. And he told us after the game last night they cannot afford to lose another game. They trail this one 6-0 Diamondbacks, once again winning in San Francisco. Back in a moment. Host the Houston Astros. First 10,000 fans with us at Chase Field. Get this Los D-backs soccer jersey courtesy of Pepsi. For tickets, just visit dbacks.com. Well, if this sounds and looks familiar, it should. New pitcher for the Giants, Brett Bochy. This sounds weird, doesn't it?
He must know somebody.
His dad is the manager. And here he is, Brett Bochy.
Well, he's been a strike thrower throughout his minor league career. Rarely walks anybody. Not overpowering with his stuff. He was a 20th round draft pick back in 2010 by the Giants. Made his way through the system. A season at A, season at Double A, a couple of seasons at Triple A, and now here in the big leagues.
He's a Kansas Jayhawk, and there's Dad in the dugout. Phil Gosselin is in there for the Diamondbacks with Saltalamacchia at second and 1 out. Bochy made 3 appearances in the big leagues with the Giants last year. Just 1 this season. Center field for Pagan. 2 outs.
If you have a bad outing and your dad is the manager, do you just get sent to your room?
Don't go to the showers. Give yourself a timeout. I want you to think about what you've done here. Brett Bochy played all this year at AAA Sacramento. He's 28 years old. He was 6-1 in AAA with a 2.95 ERA. So he's got some pretty decent credentials, at least in terms of his minor league performance this year. Here's Jake Lamb now. Jake, a pair of singles. He's 2 for 4. Good thing is Brett Bochy's not arbitration eligible for a few more years, so they don't have to have that conversation.
Ooh. I imagine it has led to some uncomfortable situations, but certainly I know Bruce is very proud of his son. I know his son is very proud of what he's done to get to this position. It's kind of an odd arrangement here, but good for Brett.
That one gets behind Trevor Brown, and Salty will get third here. A wild pitch. Of course, there have been great brother tandems. The Alou brothers, speaking of San Francisco, just for one, but remember another father-son duo. There were the Griffeys, but they were both players. Makes for some interesting decisions at the end of spring training in terms of the 25-man roster. And he loses Lamb.
Not to mention with Mrs. Bochy.
Diamondback Live post-game show. Todd Walsh follows our ball game. D-backs hopefully on the way to another win here. That would make them 8-1 in this ballpark this year, going for their 6th straight win at AT&T Park. Chris Owens lifts at strike one. And a win here today for the Diamondbacks would be a franchise record for consecutive wins in this ballpark. As soon as he mentioned the word arbitration, Bochy starts throwing strikes.
It's funny how that works.
0-2. Looks like David Hernandez is going to get the 8th inning here. He's stopped throwing down to the bullpen. He looks ready to go. Patrick Corbin, 7 scoreless innings of 5-hit baseball. No walks, 5 strikeouts. He retired the last 7 he faced. Nothing left to prove here today. Yo, swing and a miss. Diamondbacks get one more. They take a 6-0 lead, and they are doing backflips here in San Fran. Oh, the humanity. Most impressive start of his season. He continues to get more and more impressive. He went 7 innings, gave up just 5 hits, did not walk a batter, had 5 strikeouts, retired the final 7 he faced. What an impressive start by Patrick Corbin.
Yeah, it really was. In a season where it's been hard to find silver linings, especially for the starting rotation, Patrick Corbin and his finish to this season has been a lot of fun to watch.
He's now gone at least 6 innings in each of his last 5 starts. He goes 7 today, and now David Hernandez is out to work the bottom of the 8th as we take a look at our Gila River game summary.
Top of the order, getting it done today. 9 for 17, scored 3, drove in 3, stole 3 bases.
Here's Trevor Brown in his first big league ball game. 0 for 2 so far, trying to get his first career hit. The numbers on David Hernandez this year. Chip Hale double switched. And so Trevor Brown lifts that in the air to right. Ender has it. Chris Owings moves over from shortstop to second base, replacing Phil Gosselin. Nick Ahmed comes into the ball game. He takes over at short. Nick will bat 9th, pitcher spot now 6th in the Diamondback order. And now we're going to get another look at Jared Parker, who was, of course, the guy who hit the ball last night that A.J. Pollock robbed for a home run. It was gone, and A.J. brought it back. Well, there's some, they may not have double switched. Changes for the Diamondbacks might be straight up. We'll see. This was Jared Parker last night, left center field. Look at A.J. Pollock go get it.
And fortunately for A.J., that ball was hit right near. That one banged up the middle for a base hit. It was hit right near an opening out there where the fans go in and out. The Giants fans have been known to get involved with the ball game on some of those borderline fly balls, but no problem that time for A.J.
Parker gets some measure of revenge. A 1-out single in the game. Batting in the pitcher's spot. Angel Pagan now. Pagan singled to lead off the ball game for the Giants. He's 1 for 3. Well, the umpires signaled a double switch, but they have announced the changes for the Diamondbacks is straight up. 0-1. Giants have not scored a run in this ballpark against the Diamondbacks in 28 innings. D-backs have outscored them here this year 39-13. Hey fans, Monday, the Brad Sesmat Football AZ show is back. NFL on Fox's analyst Charles Davis will be on the show with Brad. He'll have a recap from the Cardinals and the Bears Monday, 6 o'clock after the Diamondback Live postgame show right here on Fox Sports Arizona. Two and two. Does not feel like football weather here today.
Yeah, it sure doesn't.
So hard to adjust the mental clock for football. Two just misses. It's a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. In the air, left center field. Peralta's out there. Good to see David back out there after he limped around third base in the top half of the inning. And that's the second out here in the 8th. There's Kelby Tomlinson, the second baseman. He's 0 for 3. Same 2 teams tomorrow. Diamondback Live pregame show at 12:30. Jeremy Hellickson for the Diamondbacks and Tim Hudson for the Giants. That's after the ball game on the airplane off to LA for 4 against the Dodgers starting on Monday. We'll see Chase Anderson in that series. Oh, 0-1.
Ruby De La Rosa pushed back to the first game of the series in San Diego. I think we ought to just send him from San Francisco right down to San Diego. Just skip LA completely.
Give Ruby a few days off.
Yeah.
What could happen? 1-1. Pagan really made David Hernandez work before he got that fly ball out to left, and now he's behind on Tomlinson 3-1. And he hit him. Mike Harkey out to the mound.
Hit him and Salty.
Ugh.
Apparently it got pretty chippy in the Cubs game again today.
Oh.
I think Rondon was thrown out of the game along with Joe Madden. Of course,
Joe had some comments for the Cardinals earlier this week as the bullpen will really get busy now. Matt Reynolds and Daniel Hudson will start throwing down there. Buddy threw 12 pitches last night. Worked the 8th inning. Anybody so bench is empty, anything?
That I'm not sure of. I just know that Rondon and Joe Madden were ejected by home plate umpire Bruce Dreckman.
We just had Bruce Dreckman the other day. Joe said he was disappointed that the Cardinals felt the need to retaliate after the Cubs had hit one of the St. Louis banners.
Well, in the head.
Matt Duffy.
I think that's kind of become the demarcation line. If it's below the shoulders, okay, it happens. Pitches get away. Guys can't get out of the way. You're going to get hit occasionally, but anytime it strays up there above the shoulders, I think most teams feel it's time for some kind of retaliation.
Well, there are people that feel anything near the head, I think Joe Madden said this as a matter of fact, should be an automatic ejection for the pitcher.
Unless it's his pitcher.
Apparently. 2-0. That one missed someplace. 3-1. And it's 3 consecutive 3-ball counts for David Hernandez. That's off the plate. And full on Pagan, who battled before he flied out. Had 3 balls on Tomlinson before he hit him. Now 3-1 to Duffy. In the air, right center field. AJ will go to the 9th in San Francisco. It's 6-0 D-backs. Trying to cool off in McCovey Cove. The Cox Gig Life high-speed highlights. This guy might throw it right down Broadway.
Ooh.
Yeah, sorry, Shecky Green. 6-0 in the 9th. Here's Mike Broadway, the new pitcher for the Giants. Diamondbacks, as we suspected, did double switch, so Nick Ahmed will lead it off.
You know what they say about the neon lights?
On Broadway.
They're bright on Broadway.
I still don't understand how if you have a last name of Broadway, you don't name your son Joe. Right? That just makes
Broadway
sense.
Joe, yeah.
Just saying. Changes behind Broadway. Jared Parker stays in the game. He takes over in left field for Juan Perez. Perez will play center, and Angel Pagan comes out. Pitcher spot now first in the Giant order. Here's AJ's had another big day. Perez in center now. Pollock 2 singles, 2 walks. He has scored 2 runs and stolen a base. Out to left, Parker. He can't return the favor. AJ's on board for the 5th time today. That's his 3rd hit. And the 17th hit for the Diamondbacks. Of course, it was Parker that hit the ball last night that AJ Pollock robbed.
Yeah.
And now Parker had a chance to at least take a base hit away, but he can't get the short hop.
Yeah, you knew he was going to lay out for that one. Try to pay back AJ for taking away that home run last night, but comes up just a little bit short. AJ with the 3rd knock of the game to go along with 2 walks and a line out to left field.
Stay hot. AJ already hitting over 340 since the All-Star break. He's having a big series and a great start to this road trip. Ender and Ciarte, pretty good day himself. Ender's got 3 hits, all singles, 2 RBIs. Diamondbacks, they have 17 hits. They've stranded 14 base runners. They lead at 6-0. Josh Colmenter is throwing, and the Diamondback bullpen looks like he'll get the 9th. Posey, Bird, and Perez due up for the Giants. Fights it off foul. Here's Josh Colmenter. Josh worked 2 innings Wednesday in that series finale at Chase Field against the Padres. 0-2 on Ender. In the air, left center, Parker. He's got that one. Two down for Goldie. Goldie today singled in the 1st. He walked in the 6th. Now at .317 on the year. There's a strike, 2-1. Dodgers will have an eye on this one. Diamondbacks doing LA a favor. As if they needed any favors. They've got Kershaw on the mound tonight at home against the Pirates. Hot smash to shortstop. Crawford, what a stop, spins and throws. They get the force on Pollock. And that ends the top of the 9th. Diamondbacks have a 6-0 lead, trying to close it out here in San Francisco. cool plays of the game. Well, no shortage of Diamondbacks hits in this one. Almost all of them singles. Everybody today, Bob, driving the bus.
Yeah, everybody driving the minivan today. Lots of singles, but getting guys on the plate. Here to the bottom of the 9th inning. A seemingly comfortable lead. Just bunch those base hits together the way the Diamondbacks were able to do today, and you can make some offense out of them.
3 hits for Pollock to go along with 2 walks. Ender Inciarte has 3 singles. Peralta has 3 singles. 2 hits for Lamb and Owings, an RBI single for Corbin. And with a 6-0 lead, here's Josh Comenter to work the bottom of the 9th. Buster Posey will lead it off. Posey 0 for 3. D-backs about hit the Giants 17-6. And Buster just 1 for 6 in the series so far.
You know, it kind of gets lost in the shuffle, but another thing I really liked about today's game was the Diamondbacks' aggressiveness on the bases. They were looking to steal, looking to take the extra 90 feet against the Giants outfield.
Leadoff single for Posey. Yeah, early in the ball game, Diamondbacks were running wild on the bases. A stolen base for Pollock, 1 for Inciarte.
A couple of other times runners were in motion as the ball was put into play.
Leadoff man aboard for Marlon Byrd. Byrd 0 for 3 has struck out twice. He punched out 3 times last night. So he is 3 for his last 22 at the plate. Todd Walsh standing by. Diamondback Live postgame show right after our ball game. Series finale tomorrow. 12:30 pregame show. Hellickson and Hudson. And it's off to LA for 4 against the Dodgers. Swing and bunt. Salty's on it. Throws him out. Posey in at second. 1 away. I'd kind of be surprised with the way that Jared Saltalamacchia has continued to look better and better as the season goes on. That's somebody out there who needs a catcher, and I hope it doesn't happen, because you want the Diamondbacks to be able to hold on to him, but it sure seems like there's a 2-year deal waiting out there somewhere. He's really had a great second half.
Well, he checks off a lot of the boxes. Solid defensive catcher. Seems to handle the staff very well. Teams don't take liberties on him when he's behind the plate stealing bases. And anytime you can put a switch hitter behind the plate, a guy that's got pop from both sides, as he's shown here in the second half of the season, that's a very attractive commodity.
He certainly has been a terrific pickup for the Diamondbacks, and Dave Stewart. Salty signed by the D-backs May 7th, 2 days after he was let go by the Marlins, who are paying the $14 million still left on his contract. They released him after they couldn't work out a trade. Three and one on Juan Perez. Jake Lamb at third. 2 outs for Brandon Crawford. Crawford singled in the second. He's 1 for 3. Two and one.
Bugs Bunny changeup in the house right there.
D-backs 2-0 winners last night, trying to close out a 6-0 win right here. And they're a strike away.
This is where Chip has to impart to the guys that don't be content. If this holds up, if they get the last out right here, that's great. You won the first 2 games of the series. Get greedy. Let's sweep the series.
Well, the way they're going in this ballpark, it certainly seems like they have a good chance tomorrow with Jeremy Hellickson back, trying to shake off his rocky start last time out. Tim Hudson on the mound for the Giants. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Full count, 3-2. Well, really wants to see a base runner here is Trevor Brown, the rookie, in his first major league game. 0 for 3 so far, trying to get that first big league hit. He's on deck.
Well, Trevor, there's always tomorrow.
Got him. Crawford strikes out. Colementor finishes off this one. It's a 6-0 Diamondbacks win. And they make some history here. The first visiting team to win at least 8 games in a season at AT&T Park. The D-backs are 8-1 in this ballpark this year. They've won 6 straight here.
Don't try to figure it out. Just keep doing it. You know, this is what's going to happen. All the writers and all the radio and TV people are going to want to ask them, how do you explain your success in this ballpark? Then you start thinking about it, and suddenly the success goes away. Just keep playing ball.
Well, the results have been so one-sided. They have outscored the Giants 39-13 in this park this year, and they have kept San Francisco scoreless in the last 30 innings here at AT&T Park. They win last night 2-0, 6-0 here today.